blown away. So basically I just sort of withdrew and sat down in absolute shock. That was the end of my dentist. I'm supposed to be some kind of threat or something because the police have said so, because Torbay Council have said so, as it says on my pin tweet at Lollipop Lisa, Twitter. Yeah, what they've done to me is unbelievable. They've just stripped me of everything. The abuse is unbelievable, and the lengths they go to. And that's why I fled to Paris recently. I just got up because I fled from where I was just at after Gordon Carlo's abuse. I fled. Then they put me in the asylum. They literally the Lamy House was just, everyone in there was just, it was like it wasn't even an open prison, it was like a closed prison. Everyone's being watched on camera, and they go, you were looking out the window today. To people in there, it's like, what? It was banging on your door, going in I've had no privacy since the 15th of January. Wherever I stay, they sabotage both my computers. I have to sign things to say they can just come in my room and do what they want. So if I go out, they can come in and do what the hell they like. 2 computers went down within a day. I was out, when I go out, I've got people lurking around me, making it very uncomfortable for me, making comments towards me. And that was the final straw when they'd done the computers. And that's just before fleeing to Paris. I went out just to sit quietly out in a bit of fresh air, just a bit of peace in my mind, which they won't allow me. And this guy's just lurking around. I profile people. I work in men's prisons, of course I do. I know exactly when it's someone disturbing around me, and I'm very sensitive. I'm very aware. And I just knew what he was up to, and he wouldn't just, where he's in your presence, like. So I just got up and walked past him. It's getting cold, isn't it? My way of sarcastically saying, you being, and he went, yeah, it's going to get colder. Real sinister. And I'm in this government cell. It's a Torbay Council place I'm in now. There's cameras all over the place. I film going to the toilet because I've been attacked and abused in places like this. Gordon Carlo, Tusker Lodge, Torquay, Wayne, Megan, Glasgow, Clyde Hostel, Glasgow. I'm not allowed to report these crimes. Remember, people, this is insane. No, they won't let me report crimes. So I've had them 2 cases happen. Eurostar, which I've got to go and answer to Laws and Justice in Glasgow. Them assaulting and robbing me. I've got to go and answer to that. So if I'm in a place like this, I'm in real danger. I don't even go to the toilet out that door without my video on to make sure I'm safe. And I have no choice but to do that. So, please. I mean, I would ask you to try and understand my situation, but you couldn't possibly. You wouldn't possibly unless you'd lived there. So yeah, I fled to Paris, and I had to, and of course I didn't have the money to do that, and I lost everything through that. I paid myself to manage to get through storage. Torbay Council certainly wouldn't help me, and they refused me all my rights. That I had rights to house, gone, finished. Wouldn't answer to me, wouldn't answer to complaints. No one will answer any complaints, so I just given up. That's it. What's the point? And I've fought tooth and nail, and there's plenty of records in the system to show. I've called everyone, ran everywhere, and done everything I could possibly do, to the point of going insane. The only way I could save my own mind was just going up, pen down, phone down, just rest. So yeah, it's like I can't get enough accommodation. I'm waiting to go to Glasgow again, like in 2004. Set up for that case. My life was in ruins. My life's in ruins now. It's it's kind of difficult because I think of like just the smallest of things. I've only got the clothes I stand up in now, and I'm wearing this in other videos, and I'm doing it on purpose now just to show I've got nothing. And it's little things like, I had everything, and it wasn't anything special, but I had everything, and I never needed nothing. And all my money got to go in Glasgow, getting it back in accommodation and all that now. And my storage things, that went. When I fled to Paris, that was gone. So everything I ever owned was in that storage. It's gone. And that is a bit sickening, really. You've got to let it go. It's only material things, yeah, at the end of the day. But when you just, you need a needle and cotton and you haven't got it, it hurts a bit, like it really does. Well, I won't give them the pleasure, you know, happily have it, take it. But I just want people to know what's going on and what they've done, you know, like just even clothes, no, just difficulties in every which direction of my life, even medically. Like that's really where it gets, you know, human rights violations isn't the word for it. And that's who I went to, the New Zealand embassy in Paris, and spoke with someone from human rights and said to them, you know, the lady was very, very nice. And, you know, I feared a bit because I'm on my social media, I'm like, I'm on my way, and I'm named, I was going in, I forgot, they're going to think I'm some kind of crackpot, and I'm not, I'm far from, as they've seen. And, you know, she was very kind and understanding. I spoke to her briefly about my situation, and she said, well, you've got to be in a country to claim, you know, refugee status. And what I said to her was, well, I know that. I said, I'm coming here to state my case, basically to raise awareness out of desperation, to be heard by someone, at least anyone, someone. That's why I'm making this video. Yeah, it's that bad. And I said to her, I know, well, it's like Julian Assange, isn't it? I know I have to go back to England and face their injustice. And I do, you know, and God help me. Because if they do, you know, there was a big hoo-ha in the British government is saying, whoa, Saudi Arabia, this poor woman's facing 5 years in Saudi Arabia prison where, you know, it's supposed to be unacceptable standards to be detained. Honest to God, what they done to me in Glasgow trapped me worse than an animal, and I've got to face a sentence of possibly 5 years, just like in 2004 when I'm the victim. That's difficult, you know, and that's a weight. That it's not only a weight as in time, it is a weight on my mind, because there's no telling and no knowing what that outcome will be, truly. And God help me, because as my SOS video states, that if they get a hold of me, you go in perfectly okay and you come out with something seriously mentally wrong with you. And, you know, when they kicked that poor woman who was dead on that cell floor in Peterborough prison, kicked her dead body to see if there's any life in her, and threw water over her, I know what they murdered her, because I was in that place when I was a kid, and what they did to us was just... One day I'll tell that story if I could ever face up to managing the post-traumatic stress disorder that comes with it, and be able to even repeat what, you know, I distance myself from it because it's that emotionally disturbing. And I went on relentlessly for years. You cannot do this to us. You cannot do this. And I got a little Polaroid camera when they come out in the 80s, and I kept taking photos of all the injuries on the kids. Give it to your social worker, give it to your social worker. Ignored. And they burnt all the records nationwide. They burnt all the child abuse records nationwide. So if I've been to like every minister, health minister, and the reply I got from CJ Dinage, right? Putting this video of pure evidence of abuse by social services and the council and the police and everything. And she replied with, why don't you call the Samaritans or speak to your GP? That was just, are you serious? Is that all you've got to say about such dire, disgusting, unacceptable abuse by the care system? The care system. These people are looking after your kids, and these people are looking after your grandmother. So good luck, people, eh? Good luck. You know, I'm very, very down to earth, but I'm a very, very intelligent woman, and that cannot be taken away from me. And they can play their games, which they are, because they damaged me so badly in 2013, and I did have a proper mental breakdown. Not anything, just I couldn't go out, anxiety, panic attacks. They damaged me beyond it, you know. I couldn't cope at all. And so, not, it's like, oh, you've got mental health problems. Yeah, the only mental health problem I've got is when the police come round, kick the fucking living daylights out of me. Excuse the language, but I get when I'm angry, I swear. Boot the living daylights out of me, torture me, electrocute me, and do it again and again and again with no justice whatsoever. So if I kick up a bit of a stink on social media, don't expect me to apologise, because I'm not going to. I'm going to keep going. That's what I'm going to do. Keep going. So I apologise for the length of this video, but it's about getting it out there. I want people to know what's going on, and I want people to know it's not only just me. Mark King, the counsellor who fled to Manila, is a refugee. He's just not under charges as I am, false charges, as the Holy Greek case expresses what they do. False charges. Beyond belief, truly beyond belief. So thank you for listening once again. And over and out again. Just wish me luck. Pray for me, because I'm going to need it. You know, it's coming up 24th of May. I return back to Glasgow. So, fingers crossed and praying. Yeah, thank you. Over and out.